the books. Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. Call the morning steam. It's time to break over cover. Bet's gonna cover. Bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Sunday, September 14th. We've got a big day planned here. NFL football, Major League Baseball, the WNBA playoffs are in action today. So, big card, not much time to waste. We'll try to recap a little bit here what happened yesterday and what happened last night. Hopefully you were with us here for our coverage last night, not only of the UFC live stream from UFC Noche in San Antonio, but our extended special coverage last night of the biggest boxing match of the year last night between the champion Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, with Crawford winning. But there is other news this morning from the world of boxing, so we're going to have to break this one down here and go with a little bit of breaking news. All right, and there is breaking the news here within the last hour or so. British boxing legend Ricky Hatton was found dead on today, just weeks after he was going to make kind of a comeback there. I mean, Ricky wasn't in much shape to continue his boxing career, but I was going to try to get in there and mix it up with someone. But Manchester police confirmed that the fighter was found dead in his home on Sunday morning, although the death not being treated as suspicious. He'd probably entered training a little bit and maybe just wasn't able to handle it. Just looking at his appearance, leading up to trying to come back there anyway. So, Ricky Hatton was awesome, no doubt about it. 2 world titles in 2 weight classes, and certainly was a legend in his time. So Ricky Hatton found dead here at 46 years old. All right, let's get to the action here on Sunday here with NFL. We'll say hello to the folks, and we'll get right going with the show here. Today, Cash Kane is here today. He's ready to go. Are there obvious picks today, or is it time to go contrarian already? It is week 2, after all, the biggest overreaction week. So we'll see. I'm kind of scared of my own picks, but hey, I got to go with what the numbers say. Twist is here. Nuke is here. Good morning to Nuke. Everyone, like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Like it, smash it, pass it around. Bobby Mack is here, ready to go. He watched it with us last night with the fight here in our special coverage. T-Bird is ready to go. AOD is here today, and he's ready to go as well. We're live from Las Vegas here with the Morning Steam. And we've got action right now. How about some steam? I mean, that's why we're here, after all. Twisted, talking about the Lopez fight there at the end. And let's see what else. James Parham here today. And everyone acknowledging the passing of Hatton there. All right. Hey, how about that steam that just came out? Let's report it right now and get it out there. We're going to cover some games, but the Miami Marlins are taking some steam here today against Detroit. Marlins were an underdog here, about $1.30 or so, but yeah, they're going south here a little bit. Call it $1.25 or lower here as Miami takes a move today against Detroit. Here comes Philly Eagle Flyer today and Trap God as well. Good to see Trap God in here. Also, just as we were coming on the air, we had the Blue Jays taking the steam here this morning. They were $1.85, but they're probably going close to $2 here right now with Shane Bieber on the mound against Suarez. So Toronto takes some steam here this morning. Also, WNBA steam here to get us going with the Golden State Valkyries in their matchup with Minnesota. They were getting 12 and a half in that first playoff game, but we're seeing 11 and a half or even 11 here right now with Golden State taking that steam here against the Minnesota Lynx here today. So, we got a 4-pack of games in the WNBA to go right up against the NFL playoffs because that's what we do in the WNBA. All right, I think that was it for the pre-show steam a little bit. Hey, hopefully you caught my overnight play here. We had a winner with another NRL winner. I mean, hey, I should just stick to the NRL. And we gave out a winner overnight last night. Hopefully you were on it with me with Canberra and Brisbane to go over. And it was a big time over in that big playoff game in the NRL. So hopefully you're on with me with the premium picks. I sent that one out actually as a free pick, but I listed it as a premium, but it was a premium. I just sent it out with the VIP selection, so hopefully you're involved with those as well. A little bit more steam that came in just before the show was the Angels and Seattle game to go under. How about that? Under was 8 under, and now it's 7.5 likely here with the Angels and the Mariners taking some steam here as we get the show rolling. All right, there was also more overnight steam with Texas and the Mets game to go under.
Final.
How about that? And that one was 8.5 under, and now we're dealing with an 8 pretty much here with the Rangers and the Mets. All right. Let's keep it moving here, though, right now. We don't have much time. We got to cover all these games today, including this NFL card. Pretty exciting day here. But first, how about some of the action last night in college football? Man, we saw some great games there yesterday, didn't we, with the action from college football. Talk about some of the big games yesterday. Georgia and started off with Georgia and Tennessee there. Let me get my notes together. We had a lot of wins, so I'll be covering a little bit of them here. We're going to have a little bit of a recap. Georgia and Tennessee yesterday. We did have their win club winner with the Tennessee Volunteers in that exciting game overtime. Dogs scored the TD in overtime. They've beaten the Vols 9 straight times. Volunteers did miss a field goal with 3 seconds left in regulation. They kicked the field goal, and then Tennessee got the touchdown. So Tennessee led 21-7 after the first quarter. They did get the money, but they blew it there as far as the win is concerned. Georgia Tech beats Clemson yesterday to give Clemson their second loss already. Haynes King, 315 yards of total offense, and a good game-winning field goal for the Yellow Jackets to get the win, 24-21. Ole Miss over Arkansas. We said that watch out for the backup quarterback to come in here. Chambliss, the transfer from Ferris State, he only threw for 350 yards, and the win there for Ole Miss in that wild one against Arkansas, 41-35. Ole Miss gets the win there over Arkansas last night. We said, hey, they brought this kid in from Ferris State. They only won the Division II title last year. Arkansas did get in the red zone in the final 2 minutes, but did lose a fumble there. So it was Ole Miss with that win last night over Arkansas, Texas A&M, 41-40 over Notre Dame. Texas A&M with that touchdown with 11 seconds left in the game lifts Texas A&M. We did have a winner with the over in that one between Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Aggies quarterback Reed, 360 yards. There we did have a super high roller win there on the over in that game. We also gave out yesterday at Texas A&M here on the show. How about the backyard ball with West Virginia and Pittsburgh? We nailed that one as we had West Virginia, win overtime, and West Virginia gets the win in overtime. Pittsburgh led by 10 with 6 minutes to go, but West Virginia tied the game with 11 seconds left. We had them yesterday plus the points there, and hopefully you're with me over at Nuke the House. I had that one as one of my plays there with my coverage on the Nuke the House channel with the under. There's a state under despite the overtime. There were some other big upsets here this weekend as well. Delaware over UConn, but we did have the over there in that one as a super high roller play with Delaware and UConn. Also, Middle Tennessee rocked Nevada. All right, let's keep it moving here. LSU over Florida with a 20-10 victory there as the defense of LSU set Coach Kelly off in that one. Nussmeier, 220 yards and a touchdown. LSU picked off 5 passes in that game, and Kelly was upset because they were questioning the way that LSU won. But they were impressive. We did have a winner there over on the Nuke House channel yesterday with the under with Florida and LSU. Vanderbilt rocked South Carolina 31-7. Vandy with a convincing win there, knocking off the Cox yesterday as the Commodores won for the first time in 16 games against South Carolina. So Vanderbilt rocked in that one. If you know what I mean. Tulane over Duke, 34-27. How about Duke quarterback Mensa? He gets that $4 million, and he lost the game because Retzlaff, the quarterback transfer from BYU, outplayed him in that one, 34-27. Good game between Iowa State and Arkansas State as Iowa State got the win, 24-16. Cyclones are 4-0. Arkansas State got the money, however, in that one. And also, I think that was probably it for the best action there, although there was a MAC game Buffalo won. So, all right, that's about enough of that. We got to get rolling with this show. We don't have time to do the recaps today. But you can check out my plays here at winnable.com/Ramon. Get you ready for the action. If you want more plays from me, I've got NFL package up right now. Also, got Major League Baseball package up, and I've got my WNBA package. Everything's up and early because of the big NFL card today. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium big packages. We'll say hello to a few more folks, and then we will start the show. We need to start the show and get going here with our NFL discussion here for today. Hello to D Money is here. Blue is here. Lotto D Dotto Die. Lando is ready to go as well. Hopefully your guys are ready in this one. Let's go to Rel as well. And Illinois looking pretty good. Arthur Wesley, good morning as well. And Terrell said Wisconsin style would not be up to the task against the Crimson Tide. All right, let's get ready here for the action on a Sunday and get right to it. And I want to hear from you guys in the chat on all of our games here today, but let's just get down to business right now in the NFL with the Patriots taking on the Dolphins here to get us going with our early window coverage. Only 10 games in the early window. Or was it 10 or 9? 9 games. So we need a nano. What is it? A nano box? A non final. I don't know what you need. You need a lot of TVs. I know that. Patriots lost 20-13 to the Raiders last week. They only rushed for 60 yards. So how are they going to muster up anything to beat the sad sack Dolphins here? Patriots come in here with Drake May, just 3-10 in his career. The Patriots are awful in close games, and not only that, they can't beat the Dolphins. They've lost to them 9 straight times here, I think, in Miami, 8 or 9 anyway, and Miami's won the last 5 series games, covered the last 8. Patriots 0-5 here in Miami the last 5 visits, failing to cover the spread. Total's gone under in 7 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams. It's a pressure game here for the Dolphins. Coach is trying to avoid getting fired here right now. Dolphins lost 33-8 last week. They were outgained by 200 yards by the Colts of all teams. So Miami, they're not very good in these close games either, with an 11-16 spread in games lined at 3 points or less. So, Tua is still a winning quarterback in this league. He didn't look good obviously last week, but McDaniel, he's still over 500 as a head coach in the league, but it doesn't feel like it's been very good right now for the Dolphins. Fortunately, the Patriots are coming to town now. Vrabel maybe turning it around a little bit here right now, but this is just not a place where the Patriots win. And Miami will be desperate here in this one to get a win here. So let's see what you have. Is this the point where the Patriots kind of turn it around? You got to beat somebody on the road and start to progress here a little bit. But let's see what you have in this one with the Patriots taking on Miami here in Miami today. Ugly game to start us off, no doubt, but Patriots, like I said, they've failed in 9 straight games against these guys. Also, the Patriots here have won just one of their last 8 games on the field overall. Miami hasn't been very good either, going 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. Miami's gone over in 6 straight games. The Patriots have gone over in 6 of their last 8 games, but it is a little bit of a struggle, looks like, for these offenses right now. Let's see what you have in the chat. And who is going with this one? It's going to be blue on the Patriots. Arthur Wesley is on Miami here. Trap God says Miami always gives him a hard time. Lando says I got to go with the under. Cash Gain is on the under here as well. Nuke says Dolphins get this one. Bobby Mack's on the Dolphins here, and D Money is on the Dolphins. Billy Eagle Flyer, we got to talk some soccer here this time of year. I'm watching Burnley and Liverpool. I'm watching Girona and Celta de Vigo, and I've got Atalanta and Lecce over here. Some of the games I'm keeping an eye on this morning. All right. Twisted said, how can you back that Miami team from last week, right? But Philly Eagle Flyer likes the Dolphins. Nuke says the Dolphins are minus 2.5 here. In fact, I got the wrong line on the screen, right? Sorry about that, Nuke. I know it's 2.5 because there we go. And the total here is it still 44? It's down to 43 here, and maybe 43.5, but definitely has gone down a little bit here as, maybe some concerns with these offenses actually here. All right. Achan to get a touchdown here. 9 Legacy. Patriots on the money line. And I think that might be it. We got to keep it going. So, hey, I'm going with the over actually in this one. I think when you get 2 division opponents, yes, division games probably usually go under, but just read off some numbers there. Miami looking to go off here a little bit, maybe, possibly, after all that drama last week. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here in this one with the Patriots and the Dolphins. Next up, it's the Jaguars taking on the Bengals in Cincinnati here with another key matchup. And for the Bengals here, they come in a favorite. Although at 3.5, that is significantly down a little bit from the opener. Here, the Jaguars won last week against Carolina 26-10. They outgained it by 125 yards. They also ran the ball for 200 yards last week. Only threw for 178 more, but yeah, it was a win for the Jaguars for sure there, last week. So they did a great job there, and Jaguars here facing a Bengals team that found a way to win 17-16 over the Browns, despite being outgained 327 to 141. That's not a typo. The Bengals offense struggled desperately last week, and that has me quite concerned because although they did win, and you can look back and say, I think they said the Bengals are the first team in nearly 20 years, maybe it was 20 years, to win with such a low yardage total last week. So Bengals are 18-7-1 against the spread when coming off of a win over the last 2+ seasons right now. So that's a pretty good number. And you got the Bengals also 12-7 against the spread as home favorites over the last 3 years. So Jaguars are just 1-4 in their last 5 visits to Cincinnati. The Bengals have won 7 of their last 9 meetings, but that was not a good effort last week offensively, and the Jaguars looked like a much better team in their win over Carolina. Now, they both certainly had opponents that they were expected to beat. So let's go to the chat and see what you have in this one. Jacksonville and Cincinnati. Jacksonville's gone 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 games coming in. Cincinnati 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. And Cincinnati's actually on a winning streak here, but I just have concerns about the offense here. Let's see what you have. Jaguars have still lost 14 of their last 19 games overall. Cincinnati's gone over in 6 of their last 7, and Jacksonville's gone under in 5 of their last 7. Let's go here and see what you guys have in this one with, all right, Philly Eagle Flyers on Atalanta, not Atlanta. Make sure everybody knows. Blue says Bengals, team total over. Terrell says Miami's problems are more fixable than New England's, and they'll have the talent today. 9 legacies on the Bengals here. Cash Kane says go with Burrow. Bobby Mack says take the Bengals. Reish has a touchdown prop in this one for the Bengals. And also, Nuke says those Bengals were struggling. Rob Reeder says you can't lay the points here. Arthur Wesley says take the Jags. James Parham says over in this one. And Cash Kane says the Bengals will strike today. They'll be ready. Man, Burrow's usually the man. Jacksonville has some certain strengths here that may play into their own hands against the Bengals. I'm going to take these points with the Jaguars here. Give me the hook on the road, plus 3.5 in this one. Next up, the Cleveland Browns are going to take on the Baltimore Ravens in a key early division battle. Let's see if the Browns can hang in there against the Ravens. Look at this spread at 12 here and 45. I mean, this is week 2, overreaction city. Or are the Bengals all that? The former Raven quarterback here for the Browns. Joe Flacco gets the star. The Browns outgained the Bengals in that game, as we mentioned, but lost in the opener. Cleveland is just 8-15 as a road underdog in their last 4 4 years coming in. So Flacco, ever since he's kind of returned to the scene, getting up off his couch, remember, he's just 7-15 as a starting quarterback since returning to the NFL. Of course, he won the Super Bowl with the Ravens. Cleveland in division games just 4-14 against the spread. But man, this is a lot of points here. Ravens, of course, blew that lead last week and lost to Buffalo in an incredible game that left everybody clamoring that these are the top two teams in the league, the Ravens and the Bills, or in the AFC anyway. The Ravens were the first team ever to rush for at least 238 yards and score 40 points and still lose. So Baltimore 7-1 against the spread, coming in off of a loss. They're also 10-6 against the spread as a home favorite. The Browns are just 1-4 straight up and 2-3 against the spread last 5 trips here into Baltimore. Let's see what you guys have in this one with the Baltimore here. Take it on. The Browns, as the Browns pay this visit. Cleveland comes in here to this one, 1-6 against the spread. Their last 7, all losses. Baltimore's 5-2 against the spread in their last 7. They've been hot here, dating back to last year. Baltimore's gone over in 15 of their last 20 games overall. Meanwhile, Cleveland's gone under in 5 of their last 6. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here in this one. Might be easy to try to think you could take the Cleveland Browns with the former quarterback Flacco, former Raven quarterback Flacco. Here we go. Arthur's on Baltimore, however. Stop Geo says I've got the Ravens and the Rams in a parlay. And Duke says Ravens got that short schedule there from the late game there. Let's see here. Browns division outdoor game, just too many points. Cashcade says Browns spread with Flacco back in Baltimore. Take them. Ravens team total over for blue. Maybe Henry can get another touchdown. Robert says lay it with the Ravens today. Lay the big number. And Nuke says the Browns can get that backdoor with Flacco. Even if the Ravens are ahead by 18 points, they can still get a number with that late touchdown. Nine Legacy says, take the Ravens. You've got Lamar. He'll pass it to Henry for a touchdown. Lando says, how about the first half under in this one? I got to take the Baltimore Ravens. There are a lot of numbers, a lot of interesting trends, I would say, that kind of say that maybe this is a spot for a blowout victory. It's kind of hard, 12 points here in the NFL to think of that. But the Ravens are, this is a long-term stat, doesn't happen very often, but they're 12-0 against the spread after scoring 35 or more points and coming in off of a loss with that output. So 12-0 against the spread after scoring 35 points or more with their opponent coming in off of a loss. Okay, hope I said that right. And Lovable's in the chat. Hi to Lovable today. All right, keep it going here right now on the morning steam, and it'll be the Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys. We got another pretty big spread here on overreaction week 2, and the Giants definitely had some issues here for sure, coming in with the new quarterback Russell Wilson. And I was on the fade train obviously last week. I was pretty clear about that with Russell Wilson. But you know what? In this matchup, I might be willing to get back together with Russ here. Look, the Cowboys, they've got their own set of problems here. Yeah, this team's supposed to be improved, right? But they lost. Of course, they were playing Philly last week, but hey, they got the money there, losing 24-20. So hats off to them a little bit. Yeah, they didn't score in the second half after able to mix it up there with Philly in the first half, scoring those 20 points. Dallas is 17-8 against the spread in their last 25 games as a home favorite. They've had 10 days to get ready for this one. The Giants lost 21-6 and were outgained by 200 yards and were just 4 of 16 on third down. And could be that Russell Wilson might be playing for his starting spot here this week. But you know what? That's kind of when Russ does cook. Here since his career trajectory has put him on a few different teams and as he gets older and everything. But when you get into a matchup where he might be kind of an offensive showdown against Dak is what it might end up looking like. Here is what it feels like. All right, for the Giants, look, they haven't been good under Dable. I don't really think it's working out here long term, but like I said, Wilson, a quarterback who basically is still 45 games over 500 in his career, but 10 games under 500 since he started bopping around here a little bit. So, all right, Cowboys here are 10-2 against the spread in their last 12 division home games. The Cowboys have won 9 straight in the series, going 6-3 against the spread. The Giants have lost 8 straight meetings in Dallas and gone 2-6 against the spread. But let's see what you guys have, and then I'll make my call here in this one with the Giants and the Cowboys. Here we go. In the chat, let's see what you have. Mike does like I think that's the Ravens game there. Blues on the Cowboys today. He says lay it, 9 Legacy doing the Cowboy thing. Dallas is on him Arthur's on him on the money line. Cash Kane says Cowboys money line. Lovable likes Neighbors to have a big game today. Trap God says Dallas and Lamb for an ATD. Teresa's on those Browns today. And let's see here. Lovable. I think this is a Zach. That might be a Dak. AOD likes the G-Man. Nuke maybe sinking Cowboys, but good morning to Teresa. Nice to see you in there. Bobby Mack says take the Giants. Teresa says I got to go with Dallas today, and I'm going with Bobby Mack, of course. I'm hanging out with B-Mac today. Give me the Giants. In this one, plus the points. I actually think it'll probably end up being kind of a shootout with these two guys. I know I'm all about these unders right now in the NFL, but this division game, over in 7 of the last 12, but even more so over here short term of late between these two teams. If you look at the recent matchups here, 9 of the last 13 overall. With these two have gone over. Dallas has gone over in 6 of 9. Dallas just 4-9 straight up in their last 13, but the Giants have lost 12 of their last 13 games and gone 2-11 against the spread, and I'm still taking them here in this one. Don't look at the trends. All right. And Mike says, look, I mean, the thing went from 3 to 6. They went from 3 down to 6, down to 5. And I said 6 there, but I think it might actually be down to 5.5 here this morning. Yeah, I got to update it a little bit there. Let me be fair to it because I'm taking the Giants. I'll even call it 5 here right now.
Final.
But I think mostly 4, mostly 5.5. But I'll take the Giants today. The Rams are taking on the Titans here in this one.
Final.
We got the Rams on the road here, favored by 5.5, maybe even 5 here right now. These lines have moved here. Let's call it 5.5 for now, and the total 41.5 here with the Rams and the Titans here in Tennessee. Two teams that well, look, we're expecting more from the Rams, but we'll see if what they really have in store here right now. Could they continue this role? But the Titans here at home, look, this team has been pretty bad, but they're ever going to turn it around here? It might be a team like the Rams that, you know what, you got to kind of cross these time zones a little bit. The Rams aren't really that good when traveling multiple time zones. Last week, though, the Rams held Houston without a touchdown in that 14-9 win. Some concerns with that offense, certainly, but the defense was hot. Rams are 13-6 against the spread last 2 seasons off of a win. Last 3 years, Rams 6-1 against the spread as a road favorite. McVay's won 7 of his 8 openers in his career for Tennessee. They did lose to Denver, but they got the money with those 4 field goals. 3 of their 4 field goal drives, started in Denver territory, so they were moving the ball pretty well. They did put up minimal yards for sure. The Broncos got the best of them in that one. Titans are 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games as an underdog. So far, it hasn't really worked out for Callahan here, but this one feels a little spooky, if you know what I mean. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here with the Rams taking on the Titans here in Nashville. Let's go to the chat here, and it's going to be good morning to Jay Main. Arthur Wesley likes the under. Mike says this is the time maybe to take the Giants, right? Lovable says, will there be some sacks today? Let's see. Robert's on the Titans in this one. Cash Kane says Rams. On the money line, Trap God says take those Titans. I will. Give me the Titans plus the points at home against the Rams. You look at also, I tipped my hand up a little bit here on this one, but man, when you see a team like the Rams scoring minimal points and then they kind of have to go on the road here, man, the points could be a little bit hard to come by in games like this. Also, talk about overreaction week. Here in week 2, whenever you see these teams that end up as road favorites, man, those go under a lot in week 2. I think it's what do we got here? 3-16 the last 4 years of week 2 when the road team's a favorite, it's gone under in 16 of 19 games over the last 4 years in week 2 when the road team is favored. Lovable's going the under. Lando likes the Titans. Mike says Rams and under, and Trap God says Ward is good. I agree. I like what I see in Cam Ward, and let's get him at home here and see what happens. Just has to navigate him to a victory. I'm not expecting Cam Ward to go out there and throw for 300 yards, but I expect him to control the tempo maybe here a little bit. All right, next up, the Bills are on the road. They're taking on the Jets, and the Bills are great, aren't they? And the Jets suck. We know that, but watch out here with the Bills. Yeah, they won 41-40. They outscored the Ravens there late in the game, but they gave up 238 rushing yards, and the Jets, they look pretty good running the ball, 182 yards last week. So, you know what? Division game, watch out. Feels like with these two. Let me see how you're going to grade it for the Bills. Coming in here, the Jets, like I said, they outgained the Steelers last week. They had almost 400 yards of total offense, held the Steelers to 271. So Aaron Glenn has put his stamp on this team in just one game. For Justin Fields, look, he's not a great quarterback winning-wise. I think he's won about 30% of his games. But remember how I said, certain quarterbacks are fitting into certain teams, and sometimes they're not in their best situations, right? I mean, like even this week, you got some quarterbacks who might be well slotted with their current teams anyways. Jets 10-15 against the spread as a home underdog. They're also just 7-13 against the spread in their last 21 games, coming in off of a loss. The Bills have won 9 of the last 11 in this series. Unders come in 8 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams. Let's see what you have in this one between Buffalo and New York. Buffalo's won 13 of their last 16, covering 11 of those. Jets have gone over in 7 of their last 8. Bills have gone over in 5 of their last 6. But The series has gone under in 5 of the last 7. Let's go to the chat. I'm ready. I know what I'm doing. What are you guys doing when the Bills take on the Jets here? Here's Cash Kane on the Bills. Arthur Wesley's on the Jets. Twisted likes the over. Trap God says take the Jets in this one. Good to see Sir Mackey. He says Jets. Jets for Doge. Jets first half to Lando. Nuke says we're going to have some field goals. Take the Jets. Terrell says Ravens and Bills both to go under their team totals today. There's Bills team total over, says Blue. The Bills should cover, says Cash Kane. Bills say -6. You could get a 6 still, says Nuki. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with the under in this one. Look, you may have figured out there what I like in the game, but I'm going to go with the total here with this one, with the Bills and the Jets today. All right. Halftime there of the EPL match. Looking at the scores here real quick. Liverpool and Burnley, no score. All right, let's keep it moving over here for Lovable, I think, in that last game. Let's go to the Bengals. Taking on the Girona game has just ended. Final score 1-1 with Celta de Vigo. All right, keep it moving right now with the Bears on the road, taking on the Lions. More division action here, and maybe kind of the same thing here on overreaction week 2 with the Bears here. Yeah, they look pretty bad, but hey, you know what? They did hang in there in that 27-24 game on that game there on Monday night. The Bears in the second half, just 7 points, so they kind of faded a little bit there under Johnson. Williams looked good early, but then faded kind of late, right? He's just 5-13 as a quarterback currently in the NFL. The Bears are 10-13 in their last 23 as a road dog. Chicago's lost 4 straight road openers for the Lions here. They lost last week at Green Bay, only 250 yards of total offense. Last 2 years, Detroit 7-0 against the spread, coming in off of a win. So Lions 14-8 last 3 years as a home favorite, and they've gone 10-5 against the spread at home in the division. Detroit has won 5 of the last 6 meetings, but the Bears have covered 5 of the last 7 here in Detroit. Let's hear from you and see what you have in this one with the Bears taking on the Lions. Let's go to the chat and see what you have. Chicago still lost 11 of their last 12 games overall coming in. Detroit's covered just 1 in their last 5 games overall coming in. So let's see how you have it today. The Lions, should they get on track here right now? All right, here we go. Cash Cane's on the Lions. Blues on the Lions. Twisted's going to lean to the under. Lovable's on the Bears. Lando says give him Detroit. Team total over. Bobby Mack says the Lions here, a -6. Doge says the Lions will smash them. Robert says under. Nuke's on the Lions, and Arthur Wesley says give him Chicago. And Sir Mackey here says Bears first half money line. Bears have gone over in 4 of their last 6. Detroit's gone over in 5 of their last 7 games. And, I'm expecting a few points. This number is pretty high here today, but I'm going to take the over in this one with the Bears and the Lions. Give me a big offensive game here, actually, in this one. Next up, the Seahawks are on the road taking on the Steelers here. And wow, what a card here today, huh? With Aaron Rodgers here for the Steelers, and the Steelers are favored at -3. And the total here is 40 right now, maybe even 4.5. This one, it's gone up. I'm going to call it 3.5. It looks like the Steelers have gone up to 3.5 here right now, and the total maybe 40.5. All right, let's see how you guys have this one today with the Seahawks and the Steelers. Seahawks lost at home to the 49ers, 17-13 last week. In the second half, they could only manage 121 yards and 3 points. Seahawks are 9-3 against the spread their last 12 games as a road underdog. Steelers, of course, they won 34-32 against the Jets despite being outgained by nearly 125 yards. Steelers could only manage 53 yards rushing in that game. So Steelers just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 home openers, but the Steelers are 25-13 in these closely rated games of 3 points or fewer. But you know what? It's 3.5 right now. Can't really throw in that one. Steelers have won 5 of the last 7 in the series, and they beat Seattle, remember, in that Super Bowl. But let's see how you guys have this one with the Steelers taking on the Seahawks today. Seattle's failed to cover in 5 straight games, but the Steelers are just 1-5 in their last 6 overall. However, they're 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games at home. Seattle's gone under in 8 of their last 12. Steelers have gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. Go to the chat and see what you have here with the Steelers and the Hawks. Justin's in the chat. Good morning to Justin. He likes DK Metcalf at the anytime touchdown. Lovable. Likes the Steelers here in this one minus the points. Cash Kane says take those Steelers. Arthur's on the Steelers. Blue is on the under. The Doge says Steelers. Man, everyone's on the Steelers. Look at this. How about Steelers first quarter for Sir Mackey? Lando's on the under here. Justin needs a little Steelers action to close out a parlay. Robert's on the Steelers. Man, no one wants the Seahawks today. I'll take the under here in this one. I better go to the under. No, I don't want to be that guy. I'm going with the under here with the Seahawks and the Steelers. Next up, the 49ers are on the road, taking on the Saints here with the 49ers favored by 4.5. And the 49ers got all these problems here a little bit, don't they? With Brock Purdy, he's out. You're going to have Mac Jones in there quarterbacking the team today. We know we have some other injuries as well with the 49ers, and they're already all banged up in the receiver core here. So what will happen when you go take on the Saints, who, you know what? Saints aren't good. They didn't get it done last week against Arizona. They were in the red zone 4 times but couldn't capitalize because maybe Rattler's just not a finisher. Only came away with 13 points in that loss to Arizona, 20-13. New Orleans outgained the Cardinals by 40 yards, but Saints are 7-12 against the spread as a home underdog over the last 4 years, and Saints are also 7-12 against the spread last 19, coming off of a loss. So how will they fare with Mac Jones in here? 49ers outgained Seattle last week, 384-230. The Niners are just 6-11 against the spread when coming in off of a win over the last couple of seasons. So teams have split their last 6 meetings. Let's see what you guys have here in this one when the 49ers take on the Saints in New Orleans today. San Francisco's really struggled to the number, 2-8 against the spread in their last 10, but the Saints are 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 games. You know, the Niners should still have plenty of talent to kind of get this one done. But you know what? The Saints, I still like this receiver core, but Kamara also looked pretty good. Can they find a way to maybe get this one done? Let's go to the chat, see what you have here. Started off with Cash Kane. He's on the 49ers on the money line. Nuke says, oh, come on, you can't have Mac Jones. Jim says, how about the line here, Ramon? You have to fix it a little bit. The line's 3 and 40.5. Yeah, I had these typed in from for a while here. Not even, I typed them in 2 days ago. Okay, let me fix that there with the Niners. Clearly down to 3 here. That might make it might make it more appealing there a little bit there for Niners backers. Okay. Oh, let me pick up where I left off here with the chat. Let's see here. Lovable says take the Niners, and Doge says I'll take the Saints here. Apache Storm with the plays here. Under in the Saints game, under in the Bears game, under in the Rams game. Tennessee can't score, but they can play D. And look at this. How about Ben Johnson? Isn't he going to know all the Lions plays? Hello to Tariq. Roberts on the Saints here. Tariq likes the under. And let's see. Lovable says, I think this one's maybe goes under, but not sure there. All right. I'm on the 49ers here in this one. They better have enough talent. The Saints are probably still the worst team. I've tried to back this team last week to my chagrin, lost by 0.5 point. So I'm going to still take the Niners here with Mac Jones. Panthers, we're in the afternoon block here with the Panthers taking on the Cardinals. In this one, you got the Panthers on the road here, a 7-point dog. Right now in the total, 44.5 it feels like here coming into this one. For the Panthers here, they're 0-1. They lost 26-10 at Jacksonville last week. That's not good. Panthers here converted on 8 of 15 third downs, but turned the ball over 3 times. They trailed 20-3 at halftime and were outgained by 125 yards. So Panthers are just 11-21 as a road underdog in their last 32 in the roll, dating back 4 years here. Panthers just 9-15 against the spread, last 24 off of a loss. Cardinals won and covered at New Orleans last week. I mean, if the Cardinals are covering a touchdown on the road, that says more about that Saints team, certainly. Cardinals held the Saints to those 13 points on those 4 red zone drives as they bottled it up, but it's more about the Saints probably. In that one, Arizona, 11-6 against the spread as a favorite, but 5-9 against the spread last 14 coming in off of a win. Carolina's won and covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these semi-familiar opponents. They often get matched up against one another as last-place teams. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and we might get that again. Remember last year these two teams played, and it was, 32-30, 36-30, 30, something like that. I know there was 60 points at least in that game. So I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers here. But let me go to the chat. I should have went to the chat first and hear what you guys have to say. But I'm taking Carolina here, of course. Not laying a touchdown with the Arizona Cardinals at all. And just when you think that, Bryce Young about ready to bury him, against this defense, he'll be able to. I'm sure we'll see both quarterbacks running, scrambling, throwing, and maybe doing a decent job here today with both teams. Pretty bad defenses. So here we go. Let's see what you got in the chat. It's going to be. Scroll back here a little bit. Okay, Trap God says tease the Cardinals here. Arthur Wesley's on the over. Cardinals lay it, says Twisted. Blues on the Cardinals, however, as well. And Cardinals ATD says Apache Storm. And the Cardinals win at home. Tariq says Cardinals team total over. Robert likes the over in this one. Lovable likes Carolina. And Twisted leans to the over. Twisted says the Panthers. Let's count season after season, so we're not going to back them here. And Mike says Panthers over, and Robert was on Connor to get a touchdown. And I'm in there with my pick, and I've got the Panthers. Hey, we're cruising here in the NFL segment. Or, we'll be doing baseball. We're going to go fast in baseball. Broncos on the road here, taking on the Colts, and the Broncos are a slight favorite here at -1. Total 43.5. Make sure you get these numbers right. Oh. There we go. Okay. So the Broncos in a near pick'em situation here on the road against the Colts and Danny Dimes. So you got Bo Nix and Danny Dimes here in this one, but let's see how you like this matchup here today with the Broncos. Denver comes in off of that win over Tennessee. Tennessee got the money, but whatever. It was 8.5-point spread for Denver, remember. But Denver turned the ball over 4 times with Bo picks, so watch out. Denver 8-1, though, against the spread. Their last 9 is a favorite. I guess they're still a favorite here in this one. The Broncos outgained the Titans big time last week. 317 to 133 and had 6 sacks. So the defense looks pretty good again here still for Denver. Denver just 7-10 against the spread as a road favorite, but they've also lost 7 of their last 8 road openers. But this program's been down here. They're starting to pick it up still a little bit. The Colts, they hammered Miami last week, led 20-0 at halftime. They outgained the Dolphins by 200 yards plus 3 in turnovers. There, Jones, basically 20 games under 500 as an NFL starter. But Steichen here with the Colts, he's pretty good in these closely rated games since he's come here. 13-6 against the spread in games with a line of 3 points or fewer. Let's go to the chat in this one with the Broncos taking on the Colts here today. Denver comes into this one just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5, and also they have gone 4-1, however, against the Colts in their last 5 matchups. Colts have failed to cover in 5 of their last 7. Let's see what you have here in this one. Colts and Broncos today. All right. D-Money's on the Colts. Mike says Danny 2 times. Arthur Wesley on the Colts. Doge says the Broncos are looking good in the AFC. Twisted says Colts and under. Here's Colts. First score, Jonathan Taylor. Doubleable likes Denver. Nuke likes Denver. Robert likes the Colts to come through again. Tariq says Daniel Jones looked pretty good with the Colts. And like I said last week, I like some of these veteran quarterbacks that move to new teams. I think it's a good move for Jones. I don't know if it's going to work out in this game because I think Denver's defense is kind of off the charts a little bit right now. Colts here for Terrell. He doesn't like Sean Payton. Mike says this is going to be an under for sure with these two. 9 Legacy says Denver here. And definitely Bo Nix didn't look great, but man, that defense I think transcends. So I've got the Broncos to win this one on the road thanks to that defense. All right, a couple more here. There's Cortland Sutton for an ATD, says Apache Storm. All right, Minnesota. We're seeing some of the injuries starting to come out here a little bit today. Jawan Jennings upgraded to probable for the Niners. Twisted said this will be a defensive game here. Minnesota, Harrison Smith questionable. Van Ginkel, Okuda, Darisaw, Chandler, Cashman. These guys are all out today. Atlanta, Darnell Mooney, Drake London, probable. Kansas City, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Royals are out. Tranquil, Smith, Norman Lott, probable here. All these injuries coming out. See if I'm seeing anything good here. All right, that's going to do it. Keep it moving here right now. One more game in the Sunday before we get to the Sunday night. Is there any good games left? Trying to find any good game. Oh, well, how about the big one of the day here when the Eagles take on the Chiefs here tonight with this one, a pick'em, and the total 47. What's going to happen here when the Eagles take on the Chiefs? That big stat, everyone that fills the room here with the fact that we've not seen Mahomes ever lose 3 straight games. And could that happen here today when the Eagles come a-calling? The Eagles, of course, beat Dallas last week. They did not get the number. Phillies 21-16, last 37 coming in off of a win. The Eagles are extremely good in these tightly lined games, 11-2 against the spread in their last 14. Phillies 10-5 in their last 15 against AFC teams against the spread. For the Chiefs, they lost to my Chargers in Brazil. Chiefs are still 7-3 against the spread. Their last 10 off of a loss, 13-8 against the spread against NFC competition, and they're also very good in these tightly lined games, 13-7. Last 20 with a spread of 3 points or fewer. Of course, the Eagles blasted the Chiefs 40-22 in the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs won 3 years ago, remember, in the bowl. Let's see what you got here in this one when the Eagles and the Chiefs meet in the Sunday afternoon feature. Only 3 games in that window, but Philadelphia's covered 10 of their last 14. They've won 7 straight. The Chiefs have failed in 4 of their last 5 overall against the number, but they've won 13 straight games at home. Wow, 16-4 last 20 overall. Man, what do you have? Let's go to the chat. We know we're going to have some picks on this one. All right, here we go. Thank you to Blue. Okay, Arthur likes the under here. Trap got on the Eagles. Jim's on the Chiefs. 9 Legacy says Kansas City. Philly Eagle Flyers on the Eagles. Nuke is on the Eagles here. Cash Kane says over. Kansas City money line. D-Money's on the Eagles. Sir Mackey says they'll get barbecued here like some Kansas City barbecue. Robert's on the Chiefs. And Nuke says, who's going to be in there today? I mean, these receivers are all banged up. No Worthy with that shoulder injury as well. Tariq's on the Eagles here.
Steam play.
SF Niner doesn't like UFC. He doesn't like the WNBA. He likes the NFL. Got some steam coming in here right now in the NFL on the under with Chicago and Detroit. Man, I said I like the over. So steam coming in right now with the under. It's going down to 46, it looks like, here with the Bears and the Lions. All right. Twisted says the Chiefs are at home but looking bad, so still got to ride with them. Nasty Nate here's today. He says Mahomes rush yards over. Sir Mackey likes Kansas City, and SF Niner says going to be more unders today. You know I'm all about these unders, but I don't know. So far I've got a few overs on this card. Lando says Eagles money line. Tariq says Mahomes have an interception. All right, I'm on. Oh, I got to make my call here in this one. I better make my call here in this one with the Chiefs and the Eagles today. And I've got the over here with the Eagles and the Chiefs. Give me the over here on the Morning Steam Show. That steam came in on the over. All right, let's see here. Sept Niner says Swift for a touchdown. Travis Swift, that is. Okay, a Billy Eagle Flyer. Got some ATDs there. All right, one more here. Sunday Night Football tonight with the Falcons taking on the Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 5, and the total 45 coming into this one. You know, the Falcons, Vikings like to play with their opponents a little bit, play down to their opponents. Now, Falcons did lose at home to Tampa Bay in a close game. Their kicker choked there last week. They lost 23-20 as they missed that 44-yard field goal. They missed a PAT as well. Atlanta's 9-16 against the spread, coming in off a loss. Just 2-7 against the spread as a road underdog under Coach Morris. And for the Vikings here, they beat the Bears on Monday night. Great comeback after trailing 7-6. Minnesota's 14-5 against the spread. Last 21 games coming in off of a win. You know, J.J. McCarthy, a lot of people not ready to give in to kind of join the bandwagon a little bit with McCarthy, but I'll tell you what, I'm all about J.J. McCarthy. I'm actually worried for the Falcons, I think, a little bit in this game, but let's see how you have it here with the Falcons and the Vikings. Right now. Vikings have won 6 of the last 7 in this series. Falcons are 1-3 against the spread, last 4 here. Last 3 meetings have gone over. Atlanta 1-7-1 against the spread in their last 9 games. Minnesota 5-2 against the spread in their last 7. Atlanta's 1-6 ATS against the Vikings overall. So let's see what you have here, though, in this one when Atlanta takes on Minnesota here tonight. We'll go to the chat. All right, here we go. Cash Kane here, expecting a close game. Vikings for Cash Kane, Atlanta for SF Niner. And let's see here. Arthur is on Minnesota. Moneyline, SF Niner likes Bijan to have 200 yards, rushing and receiving. Tariq says that money coming in on the Falcons here. And I got the wrong line again because I typed in the lines last week. Typed in the lines pretty much after the, hey, there's some steam coming in right now, and it's on the game between Cleveland and Baltimore. It was 42.5. We're looking here at 43, maybe even 43.5 as the steam has come in on Cleveland and Baltimore today. In fact, that total right now is up to, I said 43 now. I meant 44.5, but up to 45.5 here right now. Big time move. Cleveland and Baltimore, 45.5 now in that one. All right, we're looking at the chat here on this last game. Then we'll go to the baseball. Thanks for being here, everybody, on the Morning Steam Show. Okay, not much from you guys actually on that late game. Here's a 9 legacy on the Vikings. Robert likes the over here in this one. But I'm on the under actually here with the Falcons and the Vikings today. Give me the under tonight, Falcons and Vikings. I will say this. So far, on the totals after week 1, we know we saw a massive amount of unders. But get this, the primetime games, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, were 3-1 to the over, averaging 56 points. The Sunday specific games were 1-11 to the under in those games with an average score of 34.6 points. So you can see what's going on there, right? Maybe, just some stats, but the primetime games went over, actually, but all these Sunday games, 1-11 to the under on the 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock window combined. All right. And Sunday night games this season are averaging 81 points. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see any more from the chat, and we'll move on. Dunya likes the Vikings here. Terrell says those primetime overs right now, right? Lando likes the Vikings. All right, I'm on the under. NFL, great. Going to be exciting. Going to be exciting here today. Okay, let's go to baseball right now. We're going to whip through this pretty quick here. And hopefully that's okay with you guys. We got some big games. We're not covering them all here. I think I threw out all the games that were $2 or $3 favorites. But we still got most of them to look at, actually. I want to this might be the last Sunday where we have this many, because in a week or so, we're going to have some more teams kind of dropping off. The Astros are going to start us off here, taking on the Braves with Valdez here going up against Joey Wentz. For Valdez here in this one. Make sure I got this. Do I have the? We skipped Pittsburgh and Washington, by the way, on purpose. For Valdez here, 12-9 record, 3.42 ERA, 234 batting average against. For Wentz and the Braves here in this one, Wentz comes in with an ERA here of 5.61, 1.51 whip coming into this one. Houston really just batting about under 230 over the last month. Coming in, Valdez has definitely been struggling as well. The pitching has not been very good for these two teams here of late. Sorry about that, guys. Houston hasn't looked good, quite frankly, as well here of late in some of these road games right now. And you look at the trends here a little bit. I mean, Houston does own Atlanta right now. They've won 6 straight meetings between the two. Atlanta's lost 6 of their last 7 and 4 of their last 5 at home. Houston's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Atlanta's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. But let's see how you have it here in this one.
Final.
With the Astros and the Braves. Here we go. It's going to be, you guys are ready to go in baseball. I knew it. SF Niner likes the Astros. Nunya likes the Braves. Arthur likes the Astros. Nunya says the Braves. So, okay, I think I got it there. Lando's on Houston, I think, there. It says the Astros are starting to heat up, and Wentz hasn't been that good. Robert's on the over here. Nunya likes the over. 9 Legacy Astros on the run line. Valdez has struggled here of late. Niner says the Braves don't want any part of the postseason. Robert likes the Braves here as an underdog in this one. And I'll take the over here with these two pitchers today. Give me the over with Houston and Atlanta. Next up, the Royals are taking on the Phillies with Cameron on the road here, taking on Nola. For Cameron, 21 starts, 3 ERA, 220 batting average against. Nola, 4-8 record and 14 starts, 6.24 ERA. Nola's struggled with a 3.38 BABIP coming in. Kansas City, those lost 6 of their last 7. They've lost 6 of the last 7 meetings against this Philly team. Phillies won 6 in a row, including 5 straight at home. They feels like Kansas City's got the pitching advantage here, but Kansas City's gone under in 11 of their last 15 games, but Philly's gone over in 5 straight, and 8 straight meetings between the two teams have gone over. See what you have here with KC and Philly in this one, gang. Go to the chat here. And see what you have. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Mike's on the Phillies. Justin's on the Phillies on the run line. Arthur likes the Phillies. Mike is on the under here in this one with Kansas City and Philadelphia. Hey, I better make my call here in this one between these two teams. Oh, here come a few more plays from you guys. I could get these going here. Kansas City has been struggling at the plate. Philadelphia has been red hot, but does seem kind of the pitching matchup. I don't know. Let's see. Lando says over here. Matchup trend says Phillies 5-2 to the over, and the okay. Robert's on the Royals here. I'm on the under in this one. Kansas City and Philly. All right. Next up. Got to take Baltimore and Toronto after we saw Toronto with that great comeback there yesterday. And you got Suarez here for the Orioles, making his first start. He's had 4 appearances so far. So for the Orioles today, Albert Suarez does come in here with 2.08 ERA and 0.92 WHIP, but hasn't appeared much. Bieber also hasn't appeared very much so far this season since making his return. This is his 5th start, but he's 3-1, 4.3 ERA, 104 WHIP. For Baltimore here, they've won 8 of their last 11. They've gone under in 7 of their last 8. Toronto has gone 5-1. Their last 6 at home. They've gone under in 7 of their last 8. Series has gone over in 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams. Let's see how you have it today. Baltimore taking on Toronto here. Tell me if I mess up the lines here on these. I'm not too worried about fixing them, but hopefully you'll get the gist of the plays. Let's see here. Lando's on the over, Bobby Mack's on the over, and I'm on the Jays to win on the run line today. Give me Toronto to crush here, Baltimore today. Next up, White Sox are taking on the Guardians. We've got to keep covering the Guardians here at this point. They're hanging in there in the standings right now. If you got a chance, we're going to keep covering you, it feels like, here right now in Cleveland. They've been hot again, won a couple in a row. They've won 8 of their last 10 coming in, 9 of their last 11, I think, actually, with Gomez here for the White Sox. Gomez has been pretty okay. 6 starts, 5 ERA, 1.5 WHIP. Not great numbers, but has held his own here. For Ciccone, 20 starts, 4.45 ERA, 257 batting average against coming into this one. Chicago's still won 9 of their last 14, but they've lost to Cleveland in 14 of the last 16 meetings overall. So Cleveland's won 8 of their last 9 coming in. Cleveland's gone under in 5 straight and 7 of their last 8 games at home. Let's see what you have in this one with the White Sox taking on Cleveland here today with Orlando. He leans to the Guardians on the run line. I got to go with the under here in this one with the White Sox in Cleveland. Give me the under. We're going fast. You want me to go fast. Here's the Tigers taking on the Marlins with Keter Montero. Here in this one, he's up against Mazer. Andy Mazer of Mize, 25. Let me get the pitching right here. Yeah, Montero's the starter, right? Yeah. Okay. Want to make sure that. For Keeter Montero here, 4.6 ERA, 1.43 whip. Mazer, 6.3 ERA, 1.5 whip coming in. Montero, though, he's been okay here for sure of late. We saw that widely reported steam, though, come in on Miami. Detroit here, they've been pretty good out of the pen here of late. Miami has not been so good, really, but man, Miami struggles against good teams, but they took that steam. Could it mean anything here in this matchup? Detroit's lost 12 of their last 18. They've lost 5 of the last 6 against Miami. They don't fare very well in here, actually, in this interleague matchup. Miami's won 4 of their last 5. Detroit's gone over in 6 straight. Miami's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. So, could we see some offense here today despite this high total? And got to fix the spread at least on this one. I'll call it $1.30, and the total is down to 9. All right, there we go. All right. I got to take the Marlins here, actually, in this one today at about even money, maybe a little bit of plus money. I've got the Marlins here, actually, over Detroit today. Mr. Tomatoes says, how about the Nationals today on the money line? There's our coverage of the Pittsburgh-Washington game. Thank you, Mr. Tomatoes. Robert's on the under here in this one with Detroit and Miami. Next up is the Rangers taking on the Mets in this one. And, hey, a good game yesterday with that 3-2 final, a low-scoring game. And we've got 2 pitchers right now, 2 young pitchers. A couple of these teams that are going to hang their hat on these young pitchers here come the postseason if the Mets make it. They're obviously in a funk right now and can't get anything done. But they got Jacob Latz here, 2.91 ERA, 1.23 the whip. But poor McLean here, Nolan McLean, 1.42 ERA in 5 starts. He's been terrific. 185 batting average against. He's been a real star in the making, it feels like, for Nolan McLean. But Latz has been good too. Texas has won 6 straight games. The Mets have lost 8 straight games. Who in their right mind would want to take the Mets as this kind of favorite on a massive 8-game losing streak right now? They've lost 5 of their last 6 games at home. Is this the game they turn it around because of Nolan McLean? You got to think here that maybe he could be a stopper, if you will. But Latz has been pretty good here. The Rangers are plus 1.5 at minus 150. I draw the line kind of right there. I'm going to take the Rangers again on the run line in another close game. Give me the Rangers here in this one. All right, and let's see here. Over says Lando. He says these bullpens have been struggling here for sure. Yeah, the Marlins have a bullpen ERA over 5 of late, but Robert likes the under here in this one with these starters. Next up, the Cardinals are taking on the Brewers. You got Miles Mikolas going up here against Jose Quintana. Mikolas, 28 starts, 4.84 ERA, 2.84 BABIP for Quintana, 11-6 record. He's 8-12 to the under. Milwaukee's 15-8 with Quintana on the mound here. But what do you think here going up against Miles Mikolas of the Cardinals? Let's cover a little bit of the numbers here, I think, with these guys. Let's see what you have here for St. Louis, hitting about 220 on the road over the last month. Meanwhile, the Brewers are about 265 over the last month. Milwaukee has been crushing really on the run line here of late. They really have been solid on the run line, laying runs for sure. So that's what I've got to do. Give me Milwaukee on the run line here at minus 1.5, and the number there is plus $1.15. So give me Milwaukee here on the run line. St. Louis has had their certain struggles as well. losing by multiple runs on the road. I believe 10 of the last 15 as a run line dog. Lando says Texas money line. The Rangers are number 1 pitching in baseball and are 5-2 to the under in their last 7. All right, next up. Let's see here. I think we might have. Oh no, we did still go with Arizona and Minnesota. Well, you got to have Arizona in the preview. They're still in this. They're in it big time right now. Arizona just 2 games back of the wild card, and we know the Mets have lost 8 in a row. So all these teams are live again. They're back. Nabil Crismatt, 3.24 ERA in 5 appearances. 3.12 BABIP, not great, but for Bailey Ober here, a 5 ERA. He's struggled for sure. 280 batting average against. Coming in for Arizona here. Look, they've been okay on the road in some of these matchups, and well, Minnesota, they're with Ober here.
Critical notice.
Man, he struggles on some of these here, and Arizona's the hotter team right now. I think you got to grab Arizona in this one at a little bit of even money. Arizona, they've never fared well here. They've lost 9 of their last 10 in Minnesota, 4-12 their last 16 against the Twins. But at least the Twins have lost 5 of their last 6 and 9 of their last 13. Minnesota's gone over in 13 of their last 18 games. I'm taking Arizona here to win on the road against the Twins. All right, Mr. Tomatoes said, Mr. Tomatoes, you covered the. We booted that game to the back of the line. I don't think I've got anything. I didn't handicap it for the show. Probably just bet it. Here comes the Rays taking on the Cubs with Adrian Hauser here for the Rays. Hauser, 8-4 record. He's 6-12 to the under. The Rays are 13-5 with Hauser on the mound. 3.11 ERA, 3.04 BABIP. Prosciutto Imanaga, 9-7 record, 3.21 ERA, 2.09 the BABIP. Coming in for Tampa Bay, they've lost 6 of their last 8. They've gone over in 4 of their last 5. Tampa Bay's gone over in 5 of their last 6 on the road. The Cubs have gone under in 6 of their last 8 against Tampa Bay. Let me hear from you guys in this one with Tampa Bay taking on the Cubs. Tampa Bay has been hitting pretty well, nearly 260 over the last month. Meanwhile, the Cubs are down to about 230 over the last month. You got Hauser here. He's been pretty solid, actually, and the Rays have been decent in the role. Right now, though, on that run line, they're minus $1.60. The total here is 7 flat now. That's down a full half of a run. Here, so the wind's probably kind of blowing in there a little bit. Let's see here. Arizona, Lando says Arizona's got the better pitcher, and Ober's been struggling. The Twins have been struggling. Lando says you got to take the Rays probably at this price right now. They got it done yesterday. There. How about, did everybody see when they were honoring or retiring Rizzo? Rizzo's jersey with the Cubs, a legendary Cub, signed with the Cubs to retire as a Cub, and he sat in the outfield for a portion of the game. The broadcasters were out there and at the bleachers, and Rizzo was acting like a fan. He was drinking may have been having some beers, maybe not some beers, but he was building a beer snake with the fans. He was having a great time. And then here comes a home run ball, and Rizzo, it hit his hand. I mean, Rizzo, you got to catch this ball, and it bounces off to the side, and Rizzo, but amazing, right? Only going to be a chance to have 1 or 2 home runs a game, and this one was headed right for Rizzo in the stands, and he dropped the ball. It's not like he was reaching or anything. I mean, this thing was right to his seat, and Rizzo dropped the ball there. All right, Tampa and Chicago. Let's see what you guys have. here in this one. Man, this total's down to 7 here, and that'll probably be 4-3. I'm taking Tampa Bay here again on the money line in this one. Nothing from the chat, it looks like there. So let's go to the Dodgers and the Giants here. What a game this is with Glasnow. Saw a ton of runs scored in this one yesterday. I'm not sure that's going to happen today. Glasnow's got a 3.21 ERA, 167 batting average against, and a 207 BABIP for the Giants and Robbie Ray. 11-6 record. The Giants are 22-8 with Robbie Ray on the mound, 3.31 ERA. A 215 batting average against. Here, see what you guys have in the chat. Nothing so far. I think you guys just want me to keep going, wrap up the show. I'm taking the Giants here today. Is this thing on? To give me the Giants over the Dodgers today. Reds, Braves, Reds and A's here with Lodolo going up against Luis Morales. Morales, a 2.73 ERA, 202 BABIP, 238 batting average against for Lodolo here, 8-7, 3.1 ERA coming in, and a 224 batting average against here for the Reds. They're hitting about $180 over the last week. Meanwhile, the A's have hit over 270 in the last week. Morales has pitched pretty good. The A's have looked good in the bullpen here. The Reds have actually struggled here a little bit of late. So let's see what you have in this one when Cincinnati takes on the A's here today. And I'm going to go with the under in this one with Cincinnati. You know what? I'm going to do a little double play. Give me a little parlay today on a Sunday where we're going to be watching football. I'm going to take Cincinnati under, and I'm going to take the A's. So it's the A's and the under both. I'm going to play two side and total here. Side and total for me in this one. All right, and
lineup.
Let's see here. Got a little bit of breaking news right now. I'm not going to run the breaking news banner, but since we're on the Sports Money Network, Mikey's Philadelphia Flyers, Fedotov has been dealt here to the Blue Jackets. Flyers trade Fedotov to the Blue Jackets here. That just in within the last 10 or 15 minutes. All right, here, let's see. Lando's on the A's. Bobby Mack likes the over in this one. He's going against me there. And Dougie, hi, Dougie. He says, take the Jets. Hey, we're almost done with the show. Really appreciate it here on the Sports Money Network. And we got some more plays for you right now. And I'm looking at the matchup here. We skipped the Padres because we skipped the Padre game. We're also skipping the Angels game today because of the big lines, and I'm cruising through it here. So let me go to the last game here with the Yankees and the Red Sox, with Warren going up against Crochet here, and now you got Crochet of the Red Sox, $1.45, and the total 7.5 here in this one, with the rookie Warren going as a big dog here right now. What do you guys have in this one? You got Morales in here. Warren here, 4.22 ERA, 244 batting average against. Garrett Crochet, a 15-5 record. Red Sox are 20-9 with Crochet on the mound. He's got a 2.57 ERA. We know that the Yankees have been hot here, but they've struggled against Boston. Yankees have won 13 of 15 on the road. The Red Sox have actually lost 8 of their last 11.
Final.
Right now at home. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Yankees and the Red Sox. By the way, I do have a premium pick here in the Angels-Seattle game. So, hey, if you're looking for a pick in that one, I do have it on the Win Club here. So Warren's pitched pretty well here of late. And, hey, if you're going to tell me the Yankees are a dog here at about $1.30 or so, I'm going to have to take the Yankees tonight against Boston. That is it for the segment here with the major leagues. So appreciate that, everybody. Hope you don't mind skipping a few games here. Robert likes the under there, and Lando liked the Sox. All right, I've lined up the WNBA here, but I want to encourage everyone. And today we're gonna preview the games a little bit, but also I want everyone to know that you see Justin in the chat there. You can catch us over at the Tony's Picks YouTube channel for our WNBA playoff preview of the 2-3 zone. So I encourage you to go check that out. The playoffs here start at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 Pacific today with the first one here with the Valkyries and the Lynx. We said that steam came in on Golden State. It might have been a head fake because it went right back up, and now it's actually 13 in this one. The total 147. So that's about the definition of a head fake, but I don't care. I'm on the Valkyries again. Come on. You got, I don't know if you caught it. I know the official NBA award, WNBA awards, I don't think it has to do, the AP announced that Nakasi was their WNBA coach of the year. Minnesota's been absolutely terrific, but Golden State's a playoff-bound team here. Hey, Minnesota's done a great job covering the spread. Golden State's done a great job covering the spread. I think when you got two teams that cover the spread that are in the playoffs, I prefer Golden State here. Look, Golden State will be playing that defense here. Hey, the Lynx are awesome. Collier should have a monster game here. Now, the road team is 0-4 against the spread in the series, but I'm on Golden State here. I'll just take my lumps if they can't cover 11, 12, 13. I got Golden State here to cover the spread. In this one. I got fired from that show. Can you believe it? All right. Next up, we got that Fever Dream coming in here right now with the Dream favored by 7 here in this one, and the total 158. Look, the Dream have had an awesome season, but you know what? The Fever have great coaching here. They've done an incredible job despite a lot of those injuries here along the way. So they still have injury. Now Dantas is out of this game with a concussion. They've had all these injuries this season, but they still managed to make the playoffs. So pretty good showing here, I think, for Indiana this year. But for me in this one, I'm going to take the under with Indiana and Atlanta. Yeah, I got to go with the under here in this one at 158. Here feels like a premium here actually for me, but I'm going to go under. One of my, go watch the 2-3 zone, and one of my partners does like the over here, so I'm not going to make a premium out of it. I think it will be an under here, but I don't know. Fever might be in this one. All right. Let's cover a last couple here real quick. This is the opening day of the WNBA playoffs. New York has taken on Phoenix. I really like this one, too. I like this one under with the Liberty and the Mercury here. You know what? The spread might have actually gone up to 2 or 2.5 here right now for the Liberty. And, I don't know. The Liberty were absolutely awful on the road against the spread this year, and you want them to lay points against a Phoenix team that, they finished just barely ahead of them. Kind of. Liverpool has just scored a goal, by the way, here right now. In the 95th minute, Liverpool has scored. All right, give me the under here in this one with New York and Phoenix for sure. I think this feels like a premium, but man, I like this WNBA card. And as the season wore along, there I kind of backed off a little bit on some of the WNBA on premium plays, but we're back with a vengeance today. Let me tell you. All right, last one here. We're getting a few comments here on the WNBA. Just talking about the Liverpool game. Of course, Liverpool always going to score at the end. One more here. The Storm taking on the Aces, with the Aces favored in this one by 6, maybe 5.5. Total 1. Oh, the total's gone up here to 161. Huh? There we go. Maybe 161.5 here with the Storm and the Aces today. And for me, I've got the Aces here to rock the Storm. The Storm were awful this season, especially on the road. Bad season. The Aces here have won a million games in a row right now, so why wouldn't they continue this winning streak with a win and cover? They've won 16 straight games? I even forget. It's been so many games now. We've had a few days off here, but they did come in winning 16 straight games overall, and I like LA. I like Las Vegas to blow out Seattle here in game one. Robert likes the under here in this one. I guess that's it for the Morning Steam show, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great sports betting day. Hey, join me one more time if you'd like over at the Nuke the House channel at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. I'll be joining Holden Kushner for a preview of the NFL, a fast, rapid-fire preview, 30 minutes. Get you ready for the game. So please join me there over the Nuke the House channel for a last-minute NFL preview with more picks. Actually, probably my best picks. Whew. Let me run the contest here right now and see what you guys have today. And also, let's run the commercial, too. Hey, make sure you type in something in the chat if you want to be eligible to win my plays today. Like I said, if you win the plays today and you get signed up, use the promo code WINNER over at winnable.com, and you will get the plays today. I have a bunch of packages up there right now, including Major League Baseball, NFL, and WNBA with my best picks. So go to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, thank you, Mike. Let's go to the contest right now and see if anybody would like to win my plays. Robert McCormick, Nunya, Nine Legacy, Terrell, Trap God, Nasty Nate, and the winner is... It's Cash Kane. All right, Cash Kane, I'll enter in another month. I think you're signed up already. If not, you can use the promo code WINNER to get my plays today in there already. I think I got 10 or 12 plays up there at winnable.com, and you can get them by joining me for just $19.95 a month. It's 50 cents a day. That's how you support me here on the channel. I'm not here just touting plays, but you know what? They say, why do you sell picks when if you're so good? Because I've got a huge ego, and I just have to prove myself every day. Okay, look at me. I mean, come on. Go over to winnable.com, support me here on the channel, keep me coming back every day by subscribing for $20 a month. You're not just, donating some money to buy a little calzone down here that I didn't finish from last night. Remember, my calzone came in during the fights, and I didn't finish it. Look at my calzone right here. So you better subscribe over at Winnable. I've been sitting here all night. They made me coming back on the air. So go to winnable.com/Ramon and get signed up, or you can just get today's plays up there. I think you get, I got 3 days for $5. How about that? All right. So check it out over at winnable.com. Okay. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great sports betting day. Really appreciate it. Make sure you join us tonight. We'll be back with more live stream coverage of the Minnesota game there against the Falcons, because they couldn't figure out to put the Eagles and the Chiefs as a primetime game. I know we got to see all the teams in primetime, but do we really? Give us the best teams, man. Let those teams play in front of their Sunday crowds. Okay, you can flex them later. You can flex the game if the teams don't turn out to be any good. Like Falcons are good, then flex them in later. Give us those best matchups in prime time right now. All right, that's going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
To the window, I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.